Good morning, everyone. I am just off of watching the Peacemaker opening credits, and I am really excited for this show. I cannot wait. The Suicide Squad was such a good movie, probably my favorite one this past summer, and I'm really excited to watch this show. So I can't wait. But anyway, let's play a game. So this is the DC deck building game. We're playing Heroes Unite as the base set and Crisis 1 as our Crisis. And this is where the Solo Crisis League, where basically we do what I just said in a kind of competitive way. You see how fast you can do it, see how strong you can make your deck, what crises you can beat, etc. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. There's a link below, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it more this afternoon as we keep playing. There's a better spot for that, I think. Anyway, this is for season 10, round 1. Season 10 it's crazy that we're at season 10. It's been a year and a half now. It'll be 2 years this summer. And it's been a lot of fun running the league. It's been a lot of fun playing in the league, and I'm glad other people enjoy it too. The theme of season 10 is the least played characters. Now, for our first round, we got a lot of Dark Knight's Metal characters because they were only introduced in season 3 or so. But that being said, we have an interesting matchup today between Dark Knight's Metal, Plastic Man, and Dark Knight's Metal's Dr. Fate. So, with that in mind, why did I go with Dr. Fate? Well, these characters, I thought this was a really interesting choice because neither one of them are particularly strong for this setup, right? Neither one of them is going to knock it out of the park, but that's what makes choosing between them so interesting because they are going to have an influence on the game, and you want to get the one with the most influence, so it's kind of fun to try and figure that out. At least that's how I see it. So, Plastic Man. Once during each of your turns, may have the next card you play gain a type or subtype of your choice until the end of your turn. Now, I can see uses for that. I mean, if we're looking at Blue Lantern Power Ring, or I think that might be the best option, but something like Hawk Girl is also an option. Actually, that might just reveal the discard pile. I think your strongest option to say any card's a hero when you have Blue Lantern Power Ring in hand, right? And so there are other. I'm sure there's other examples of that. I just can't think of them. Oh, maybe like Ocean Master. You can say this is a villain, so you played a villain this turn, so we can destroy a card. Fantastic. So there are a few minor uses of that. But then we have Dr. Fate, and that's the one I'm going with. And he says, if you control 2 or more heroes and or equipment, so we play 2 heroes, 2 equipment, 1 hero, 1 equipment, any combination thereof, put up to 3 cards of cost 0 from your discard pile into your hand. Now, that's up to 3 punches, right? And if we have a destruction card in our hand, like Magic, then, or a Soul Taker Sword, either one of them, we can move weaknesses and vulnerabilities into our hand and destroy them. So early game, it's going to be used to clear out the bad cards. Late game, it's going to be used to just kind of add 1, 2, 3 power to our hand through the punches we have in our discard pile. And I'm probably going to limit our punches to keeping 3 of them just so I can keep doing that. But we will destroy the rest. That's going to happen. So yeah, Dr. Fate's our winner here. That's who we'll be playing, and I'm really excited about it. I really like the Dr. Fate character. So excited to see him in the Black Adam movie. And we will get started here in just a minute, because first we have to go over our Crisis and Villain. We're playing Crisis 1, which means we start Arkham Breakout in Impossible Mode Ra's al Ghul. Now, Arkham Breakout says when a villain with an attack enters the lineup, treat it as a first appearance attack, and we can defend against that. We can take the hit, whatever it is. It's just like any other first appearance attack. Ra's al Ghul reads, oh, and to beat that, we have to discard 5 cards with different names. That actually might be a little difficult. It's kind of hard early game, especially with this character, which focuses on keeping these starters. So that might take a little longer than normal. That's what I'm foreseeing, at least. But we have to discard 5 cards with different names. Additionally, there's Ra's al Ghul. And he says that if we do not buy 1 card in the lineup, he's going to add an extra card at the end of our turn to the lineup. So we add 1 to the lineup each turn no matter what. But if we don't buy a card in the lineup, he's going to add 2 cards to the lineup. So that's going to add up. It's going to reduce the amount of time we have left to play the game. And it can hurt us in the long run if we don't manage that. So we will have to do that. Let's get our initial lineup going. Hopefully there's no attacks. Orange Lantern Power Ring, okay. Science Cell. Black Lantern Corps does have an attack, so we have to deal with that. Bow Staff and Flight. Okay, we're going to want to get Flight because it's a defense card, especially especially if we're dealing with a bunch of attacks here. So Black Lantern Corps. Each foe gains a weakness. If 1 or more foes does not gain a weakness, draw a card. Okay, so we got that weakness already. That's kind of how my last game started too. I'm not too excited about that. 1, 2, 3 power. And I know I said I was going to go for flight, but I'm going to go for bow staff because bow staff is 3 power towards Black Lantern Corps' 6 power that we need to get rid of him. So one card that does half his power, half his cost, perfect. Additionally, he's an equipment which triggers Dr. Fate, so there's really good reason to go with him over flight. Manhunter isn't a villain, but he doesn't have an attack. Oh no, 2. Oh, there was just one stuck. Okay, I thought I was stored a card. 1, 2, 3, and 4 power. Ooh, I wish I could get 2 things, but I can't. We're going to get flights. We have a defense. Doesn't trigger Dr. Fate or anything like that, but it is a defense which we can use against villain attacks. All right, and I need to focus on heroes and equipment in the long run. I do want those equipment, but I mean 5 and 6 cost, we haven't gotten there yet. Not even close. Another attack. 2, 3, 4. Each foe reveals a top card of his deck. If it costs 1 or greater, they discard it. We're just going to do that. It does not... I cannot discard it, though, right? No, it's only if it costs 1 or greater. That weakness stays there. We do get 3 power from bow staff, because there are villains in the lineup. 4, 5, 6. I mean, I am tempted to go ahead and get one of the equipment. We're going to say goodbye to Black Lantern Corps, just because... that's going to allow... sorry. That's going to really reduce the amount of villains we have to deal with. I mean, he costs as much as the other 2 villains combined, and then some, so you can see where that's a problem. Alright, 1, 2, 3 power. We're going to say goodbye to Manhunter. And then we have to shuffle again, yep. Alright, we just gotta get rid of 1 more villain, and then we really do need some other cards in our hand. But I had exactly what I needed to get rid of Manhunter, so there's no real point in trying to get something else. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4 power. I think we're going to go ahead and get a kick. I know that's going to add 2 cards to the lineup, but I need to generate some power. We're not getting the power we need. So a new card will come out, and a second card because we didn't buy the right card. Oh, attack. Each foe reveals his hand and discards cards until his hand contains no duplicates. We will defend. Discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. We're going to put a kick on top of my deck. It's not going to generate as much power this turn, I know, but we do get 2 power, which is enough to say goodbye to Deadshot. So it's still progress, and we put 2 power in our next hand. So that's really good, too. Still haven't seen a destruction card, and that's going to be necessary. We're going to get rid of all these weaknesses and starters. But once we get something like magic, we can use it with Dr. Fate and have a good time. Power of the Red is going to be useful. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I am tempted to go Jason Blood. Yeah, we're actually going to go Jason Blood for 3 power. I mean, I've got 2 cards now that do 3 power. And that one does it all the time. It's not like the other one where it's just some of the time. Alright, 1, 2, 3 power. Another thing about Jason Blood is he does trigger Dr. Fate's ability. So we have 3 power this turn. We're going to go ahead and get Legion Flight Ring because it triggers Dr. Fate's ability, and it's cheap. Ooh, Hawkman is out there. Winged Warrior. So Winged Warrior is going to trigger Dr. Fate, and it's a fantastic card. So that's a necessary card to get. Okay, 3 power. That's all we got this turn. I can't buy anything. We can buy a kick, and we will, but we're going to have to add 2 cards because we couldn't clear the lineup. That's the wrong word. I couldn't buy a card in the lineup. So 2 cards come out. 1 is over the attack. 2, that one does not have an attack, but that one does, and it reads, each foe reveals his hand and discards cards until it discards each card with the same name as a card in the lineup. None of these are in the lineup, though. I think we're good there. Okay. 3, 6, 7, 8. That's nice. The bad news is I really do want to get rid of their fleas, but I think getting rid of Psycho Pirate, you know what? Their fleas is going to be harder to get rid of in the future, so he's actually a better move. I would like to get rid of the 2 cards of Psycho Pirate and Strife, but the problem is that who knows if I'm going to generate 7 power in the future. I can definitely generate 5 and 3 in future turns. Another villain, though. Alright, draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go and get Orange Lantern Power Ring, because he's going to gain equipment, which triggers Dr. Fate. So I think that's a good move. The reason I didn't go for a Psycho Pirate that turn, I try to explain my reasoning on decisions like this, at least, is that I wanted an extra equipment to trigger Dr. Fates, because we haven't triggered his ability once yet. Additionally, I mean, villains just seem to keep coming. I keep buying them, trying to clear the lineup, and another one comes in anyway. I need to get my deck to a place where I can actually beat Arkham Breakout when the time comes. So if I'm just defeating villains and I'm not getting the hands I need, it's going to be all for nothing. So we need to get some cards now. I tried, it didn't work out. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power, that's better. What can I do with that? Anything special? We'll get rid of Manhunter and also get a copy of Power of the Red. A little bit of both that turn. Actually, instead of Power of the Red, we're going to switch to Animal Man. Animal Man triggers Dr. Fate, so that's good. New card comes out. 3 power here, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Winged Warrior, Quiver of Arrows. With that combination right there, we're really getting there. We're getting to a place where we're going to trigger Dr. Fate's ability pretty regularly if I keep it up. Oh man, each foe gains 2 weaknesses. We're going to defend against that. Discard to avoid attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. We're going to put Bow Staff on top of our deck, I think. It's a nice 3 power card. You may gain an equipment cost 5 or less from the lineup and put it into your hand. There isn't one, unfortunately. If you choose not to, 2 power. So that's 2. 3, 4 power. We're going to get Power of the Red for that. All right, next turn we do have Bow Staff, so we're looking at 3 power this turn. So that's at least Strife gone. I'm hoping to get rid of Avatar of the Rot this turn. Buying Flight would be useful too, because our deck's getting bigger and we only have 1 defense card. So why not get a second Flight, right? All right, draw a card. 3 power, 4, 5. It triggers Dr. Fate, but I have no discard pile. 6, 7, 8 power. All right, we're going to get Captain Atom and Flight. All right, Flight for defense, Captain Atom to deal with 2, 3, 4, 5. Dr. Fate's ability. Trigger it at least. All right, start a Power of the Red, discarding these 2 cards and drawing 2 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power. We're gonna say goodbye to Strife, and we'll buy Katana for ourselves. A little bit of both. Card comes out. No attack, but it is another villain. Look at the top card. I may discard it. We will discard that punch. 1, 2, 3 power. We'll say just goodbye to Jervis Tetch. The villains are really stacked in this part of the deck, it seems. It's really hitting hard. I'm not making much progress, but I guess it's a good sign for the later part of the game when all these villains come out, because you just won't see them later. We'll just move through the deck, deal with crises really quickly. It's good. That's good. I'm trying to look in the bright side here. Man, we're going to trigger Dr. Fate's ability, but we don't have cards again. Draw a card. 3 power, 4, 5. Let's say it's a starter. It is. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Goodbye Avatar of the Rot for 7. And goodbye Psycho Pirate for 5. So we are exactly where we want to be now. We are. I just need 5 cards with different names and no villain. Okay, no villain, and we have 2 vulnerabilities. No. Oh well. 1, 2, 3 power. We'll buy Raven. And move on. Soul Taker Sword. Now that's a card I need. I don't have 5 cards with different names again. Alright. Gain a card of cost 4 or less from the lineup and put it into any player's hand. Boom. We're going to play that for 2. Destroy the weakness. That triggers Dr. Fate to put up 3 cards of cost 0 into my hand. Now we're talking. Alright, so we're at 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. We'll go ahead and get Gotham City. It's going to really help with Dr. Fate's ability. Because it might get us some equipment we might not normally have in our hand. Ah, we have 2 punches, so no luck this turn either. Look at the top card. I may discard it. We will. You know what? No, we'll leave it there. The reason being is that we might have a villain come out, and it'd be good to have that defense. Alright, 2 power, and that triggers Dr. Fate to put 3 starters in my hand. 4 power. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will buy both cards. It would be nice to deal with Arkham Breakout now. Our deck's in a good place. I don't need to buy too much. I do need to use things like Soul Taker Sword. It's time to start, getting rid of some unnecessary stuff, some filler. Things that just trigger Dr. Fate. Keeping just the strong things that trigger him, getting rid of things that don't really, and that we less we need for future crises. Manhunter, that's too bad because we have exactly what we need to say goodbye to Arkham Breakout. That's too bad. Alright, we'll put Gotham down. Are you an equipment? No, we'll leave it. 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll say goodbye to Manhunter. Buy a kick. Go on to next turn. Magic. There we go. Alright, Arkham Breakout. We have 2 punches, so this is not the turn that happens. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? You are. Okay, we'll just draw that, and then we'll do Quiver of Arrows. Look at this. We'll leave it there. Legion Flight Ring draws a card. That's 2 equipment, so we can use Dr. Fate's ability. We won't yet. We only have 1 card there right now, and I want to see if we get something else first. Alright, so now we're at 1 and draw a card. 2 and draw a card. We're going to play this to discard 2 punches. I have a plan here to draw 2 cards. Then I'm going to, once during each of your turns, if you control 2 or more heroes and equipment, which we do, we can put 3 cards of cost 0. So we're going to take those 2 punches plus the vulnerability from over there. Alright. Use Soul Taker Sword here to destroy said vulnerability. Oh man, this spam has been really crazy lately. I don't know what this is all about. Goodbye. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're getting some power. Let's get a copy of Magic. We'll get a kick for good measure. Call it a day there. I'm really happy where this deck is. New card comes out. Another copy of Magic. Okay. Okay. We don't have 5 cards with a different name because of Arkham Breakout, or sorry, because of these vulnerabilities. Let's try this though. Are you an equipment? No, we'll leave it there. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, we'll get the other copy of Magic. There's lots of good use for that, especially of Dr. Fate. New card comes out. Oh, another great card. We have 5 cards with different names, though. So with that, we will discard these. End Arkham Breakout. That's our first crisis down. Now, we didn't buy a card, so that means we have to add 2 cards to the lineup. Alright, now we're going, but we have 2 copies of Magic. We've got a copy of Soul Taker Sword. We've got heroes and equipment that trigger Dr. Fate. We should be really flying through things very shortly. Now, I do want to remember I only intend to destroy 4 punches. That might be hard for me to remember. So try and help me remember. Alright, let's see. 1 and draw a card. Look at this. We will not discard it. But we'll say Gotham City, are you an equipment? Yes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gain a card of cost 4 or less in the lineup and put it in any player's hand. We'll put this one into our hand. 10 plus 3 gets us to 13. So goodbye, Ra's al Ghul. Also goodbye, Manhunter. And that's a great turn. That's a really good... I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. Okay. Alright, so let's see what our new crisis and villain is. We have a defense card in hand, so that's a great sign. As long as it's not Kryptonite Meteor or a death in the family, I think that's the one. I think that's the one who wants a defense card. We should be okay. Ooh, Dimension Shift, which is actually really good too. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. We're going to do 4. 3 for the crisis, 1 for the turn. All cards in the lineup cost 2 more to buy. Each player reveals the top card of his deck. If any card is a 2, it costs 2, then we remove this crisis. We can do this. Black mana is going to attack. We defend with Flight. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Now we can just put Flight right there back on top of our deck, because it's in our discard pile when we do that, and we're good. And the good news is that we have a card that costs 2 here. So if we can get rid of Mr. Zaz, who costs 5 right now, we can end Dimension Shift. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think we even have a villain. So with that 5, we'll say goodbye to Mr. Zaz. Then we're going to try and beat Dimension Shift. Reveal this card. It costs 2. That's the end of Dimension Shift. We're done there. That's really good news. That's exactly how you want it to go. And then we're just looking at 2, we'll say Superpower. 3, 4. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? Oh, you are. Put a card that costs, put an equipment into my hand. Perfect. So again, we spent this, and we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and draw a card. And then Dr. Fate should have been triggered by now, so we'll get 3 punches into our hand. Well, there's only 2 over here. 6, 7, and a vulnerability. Now, I mean, John Constantine's the way to go, but New Genesis is also really good. I'm going to go with New Genesis, because then we can use that with Gotham City to get heroes and equipment and trigger Dr. Fate all the time. Theoretically. Theoretically. New card comes out. He costs more for equipment, right? Yeah. Alright, there's no equipment right now, so... There are 3 cards I have basically in my strategy every time I play this game, though, so there is that. Raven is 1 and draw a card. Draw a card. What's over here in this discard pile? Yeah, vulnerability, 2 punches, another punch. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll use Dr. Fate's ability now to get all 3 of these cards into our hand. Oop, not New Genesis. We'll play Soul Taker Sword, destroying said vulnerability. We're at 3 power now. 4, 5. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? No, we'll leave that there. We will use this to go 6, 7. Then we'll play this, discarding 2 punches to draw 2 cards. 8, 9, use magic on that punch to get to 10, and that's enough to say goodbye to black mana. I was thinking I would just buy 2 cards, but I mean, if we can get rid of black mana after all the time we spent on Arkham Breakout, that's a good move. That's a good move. Alright. What do we have here? Do we have a defense card? We do. We have got a Flight in our hand. Got a Flight. Okay. New crisis. Untouchable villain. At the start of your turn, put the top card of the main deck into the lineup. If it's not a villain, discard a card. Each player must destroy 8 cost worth of cards in his hand, cannot destroy cards of cost 0. Hades. We'll use Flight. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Well, we've got Gotham City, so if we put an equipment there, we can just draw it. Like Soul Taker Sword is a really good option. Magician's Corset's good. It's in our hand. We'll use... We don't really need Soul Taker Sword. We'll do Magician's Corset. We don't need Soul Taker Sword because we already have magic in our hand if we really want to. Alright, so a card comes out, and then we have to do a card for Untouchable Villain. And if it's not a villain, we have to discard a card. I guess we'll discard one punch. Alright, well, we'll do Gotham City first. Are you an equipment? Yes. 1 and draw a card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Destroy that punch to get us to 7. We'll get rid of Deadshot here. Leaves us with 5. With that 5, we'll go ahead and get O. O is going to get us 6 cards for basically the rest of the game. A 6-card hand, essentially, for the rest of the game. Once we get it in play. So we have that and New Genesis coming right up, which is going to be really nice. Really nice. New card comes out, and then we have to do a card for Untouchable Villain. It's not a villain, so we have to discard a card. We'll discard this Vulnerability. Alright, 1 and draw a card. Let's try Gotham City. Are you an equipment? It is. 2 and draw a card. We have a hero and equipment, so we'll put a card in our hand. Let's see. 3. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Get that back. I need to get rid of 8 cost worth of cards? Interesting. It's a hard choice, actually. Flight's the easy choice. If I get rid of Science Cell, I'm not going to have it later. I don't really need Science Cell. The good thing about Science Cell is it triggers Dr. Fate. The other thing is it's a good 6-cost card to give to Final Countdown. But I think there's multiple copies. Maybe not. Maybe it's not multiple copies of this card. But ending this crisis is going to be really good. Probably should have used Raven this way, but I think I have the other copy of Magic, and we can get it back with Signature Trenchcoat later. So yeah, we'll do Magic and Kick. Destroying these cards will end Untouchable Villain. I'm going to want Magic back later, but we'll get there. So Untouchable Villain is beat, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. We're still at 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6 power. I was hoping I can get one more. Not going to get there, though. So I guess we'll get John Constantine. Triggers Dr. Fate, destroys things, and we just lost Magic, so it's all good. Okay, let's try this. 3 power, because that's Killer Frost out there. We'll use Quiver of Arrows. Now to look at this. We'll leave it there. We'll use this to say goodbye to Killer Frost. So we're at 3 power still. 4, 5, 6. We can put starters or 0-cost cards into our hand. We can get the 7. And with our 7, do I want Kyle Rayner? No, we're going to go White Lantern Power Battery. I do want Kyle Rayner, but this is going to help because it's an equipment, and we'll gain all the rings as they come up. And I've only seen the Orange Lantern one so far, so we have more coming our way for sure. New card comes out. Psycho Pirate. Every time I say that, I want to say Kesko Say after Psycho Killer. We'll go ahead and get New Genesis out. We can use those, can't we? Let's try it. Let's say, are you an equipment? No, we'll discard it. Are you a hero? Yes. All right, 1 and draw a card. Draw a card. There's no equipment out there, so we're just 2 power. So we're at 3 power now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's use Dr. Fate's ability to get up to 3 0-cost cards in my hand. Still only just the 1. That'll be 10 and 11. It's just shy of what we need for Hades. We can say goodbye to Psycho Pirate. Still have 6 left over that we'll use to get Starbolt. I'm not expecting a ton of Starbolt from this game. Starbolt's a really strong card in the DC deck building game, one of the strongest. The issue is I'm looking at a hero and equipment heavy deck. So I don't see it generating a ton of power. But I mean, there's gonna be they're gonna be there, so it's not like it's gonna generate nothing. All right, let's try this. First off, we'll do Gotham City. Are you an equipment? No. We'll do this. Are you a location? Yes. Put that down. And we'll try New Genesis. Are you a hero? No, we'll discard that. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to use... Did we trigger it? No, we didn't. We did not trigger Dr. Fate. We'll destroy one of these, though, to get to 6. We'll say goodbye to Strife, and we'll buy another kick. There it is. All right, so we got to get to Hades. For whatever reason, we're just not getting the power we need. We have done a good job destroying things, though. I mean, we're down 2 vulnerabilities and 3 2 vulnerabilities and 3 punches. That's nice. All right, this is a good start. Soul Taker Sword destroys our final vulnerability. So there's no more of those. So that's... Oh, wait, no. Before we even do that, go back. If he costs enough, we get 6 cards. So there's our 6 cards. Then we'll go back to Soul Taker Sword, destroying vulnerability. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? Yes. All right. Are you a hero? No, we'll discard it. Gain all rings from the lineup and put them into your hand. There are none. Then gain any card from the lineup and put it on top of your deck. I mean, that's nice, so we'll go ahead and get Kyle Rayner. That's a super powerful card, the 7 card for a 7 card. That's 2 equipment, so we can put this punch in our hand now. So that's still 2 power. 3, and we're going to use magic on that to get the 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. Still shy of what we need for Hades. We will buy both of these. But that's still not going the right way. Still not going there. All right, there's some options here. I think we might get there. Let's start with Oa, getting us a 6 card. Then John Constantine's going to look at these 2. We'll put Animal Man in our hand. We'll leave Jason Blood down here. We'll do New Genesis. Are you a hero? Yes. Then we'll do Gotham City. Are you an equipment? No, and we'll discard you. Legion Flight Ring draws a card. Raven draws a card. Doing really good now. We're at 2 power, right? Oh, no, we're at 1 power, sorry. Now we're at 3 power. We're going to say it's a hero. Nah, it's an equipment. We will discard it. Sorry, Animal Man can't discard it. We're at 3 power total. 4, 5, 6. We did trigger Dr. Fate, but there's no starters over here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 power. Is that it? Just 17? Yeah, it's just 17. That's enough to say goodbye to Hades, though. We have 5 left over. I will buy 1 kick. Just the 1. Something to contribute later, right? 3 cost card for final countdown. A superpower for Kryptonite Meteor. All sorts of reasons we can have it. And ammo for, most importantly, Starbolt, right? Fuel for that. More power. Alternate reality. At the start of your turn, destroy all heroes in your hand and gain that many random villains from the destroyed pile. And put them into your hand. Your team must destroy 12 cost worth of heroes in discard piles. Well, the good news is that there are none in my hand, and we definitely have 12 cost in our discard pile, so we should be good. Sinestro. Great. Sinestro costs 3 more to defeat for each hero in the lineup. Attack. Each player puts all heroes from his hand into the lineup, and there are none. Perfect. Perfect. All right, we're going to actually start by beating alternate reality. We need 12 cost worth of heroes. I really want that Captain Adam to be one of them, so let's try and do that first. We'll start Quiver of Arrows looking at this. And, you know, we're going to leave. Do I have anything to draw a card? Yes, I do. All right, we'll draw a card. Oh, we forgot Oa. Oa would have drawn the card anyway. Hold on. Start over. Oa draws a card. Then Quiver of Arrows looks at a card. All right, and then we'll say, New Genesis, are you a hero? Which it is. And then we'll draw another card. Then we'll say, Gotham City, are you an equipment? It's not. We'll discard that. Magician's Corset. 1 power, draw a card. There's that. All right, here's what we do now. We have 3 cards here, so we're going to play Power of the Red, discard Captain Atom, Katana, and Punch to draw 3 cards. There's that. So right now we are at 2 power, but we should be able to beat alternate reality now because I just discarded a bunch of heroes. So we need to get rid of 12 cost worth of heroes. So we get 6 from Captain Atom here, 2 from Katana, so we only need 4 more. It's probably going to be Animal Man. Yeah, there we go. We have 6, 7, 8, 12. That's all we need to say goodbye to alternate reality. And they're all pretty low-cost ones. We can replace Captain Atom, but I don't really like that one so much anyway. It is nice that it triggers Dr. Fate. And we got rid of 3 cards, so that's really good. So again, we're at, what is it, 2 power? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can actually afford Sinestro. We don't have to buy anything. We have 13 power. He costs 3 extra for each hero. So yeah, goodbye to Sinestro. Just end it. I could go on. I could get Captain Atom and Signature Trenchcoat and go for Sinestro next turn, but I mean, we're in a good place. I think we should just keep moving. Especially since we got rid of those 3 heroes. That's 3 cards out of our deck. 2 of them, I'm not really too worried about. In fact, all 3 of them I'm not really worried about because we can replace Captain Atom, and yeah, we're fine. He did his purpose early in the game. We no longer need it. Feeling good. All right, so we have no defense, so we have to deal with whatever this is. Kryptonite Meteor, we've got a kick in hand, perfect. Put the top 3 cards in the main deck in the lineup. We're going to do 4. Because there's 3 for the turn, 3 for the crisis, and 1 for the turn. Superpower cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a superpower in hand. Now, we're probably not going to do it this turn because we're going to need 9 power here. We might be able to. You know, I'm looking at what I have our hand here. We might be able to pull it off. Alright, considering we have these 3 locations too. We do not have a defense card though, so let's see what happens. Each player discards a random card and then destroys the top X cards of the main deck, where X is the cost of that card. Now, I think we have a 7 cost card in hand, if I remember correctly, so that would be really bad. At that point, I'm really going to want Signature Trenchcoat soon. Alright, we're destroying this one. It's a 6 cost Winged Warrior, which is really bad because he's a hero for Dr. Fate. He costs 6, so we can't get him back via Signature Trenchcoat, and he's going to destroy 6 cards, which is obviously bad too. So that was a bad one to get rid of. What did we lose? We lost a force field, but we can get that back later. Skeets would have been useful too. Alright, so there's things in there we want. I think we do need to get Signature Trenchcoat soon to start getting the cards we really want. Maybe get a few villains to mix up our deck a bit. Alright, so we want to say goodbye to Ocean Master and Etrigan the Demon if possible. We have for Oa, we do get to draw a card. We'll use John Constantine real quick, looking at these 2. We will gain magic and destroy this punch. Where are we on the punch front? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I don't want to actually destroy that punch. We've got all the punches we need. So instead, let's draw the punch, leave magic there for now. Because I want to keep 3 punches for Dr. Fate. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Maybe we should just start using him for just getting rid of weaknesses. But I'm not really gaining a lot of weaknesses. Until we start gaining weaknesses and stuff, I'm going to keep our punches where they are. And we will reverse it then. And well, kick is just punch, or this is just a +1 power. So I'm trying to still decide for John Constantine. These are the two cards. We'll put magic in our hand. It doesn't really matter because we're gonna get them both anyway. Because now we're gonna play Raven and draw it, so it doesn't really matter. They're the same. So we're at 1 power, 4 power, 5. We haven't done these yet, so let's try this. Are you an equipment? No, we'll discard you. Are you a hero? No, we'll leave that there. But the good news is that we can use Dr. Fate's ability to get this into our hand. All right, so that's 1, 4, 5, right? Sorry, 1, 4, 5 power, yes. 6, 7, we'll get rid of Etrigan the Demon. We can only get to 8, 9, which says goodbye to Ocean Master. So we got rid of the villains, but Kryptonite Meteor remains in play. Alright, so we didn't get a superpower in hand. We get to use Oa, though, to draw a card. Let's see. Legion Flight Ring draws a card. Science Cell gets us 2 power, and we can put up 3 0-cost cards into our hand. Maybe save that for later, just in case. Let's see. We can gain all power rings from the lineup and put them into our hand. There's none. Then gain any card from the lineup and put on top of your deck. We're going to put Force Field on top of our deck. Alright, so we're at 2 power. 3, 4. This can hit the table. That's the rot. So that deals with vulnerability and weaknesses, so we probably won't use that too much. We are at 4 power. I have to decide, do I really want to destroy one of these? I can get these into my hand now. We'll get the 5, 6 power. We're going to destroy Power of the Green to get rid of Kryptonite Meteor. We'll use our 6 power to get Signature Trenchcoat. Then we can play this for 2, 3, 4, 5 power. How much power do we have? I'm sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power total. Do I want to? We need some expendable things, so I'm going to go for Batarang. And I can't get anything else, so we'll just stop there. I was thinking, you know what, we'll go Captain Atom. Captain Atom's going to trigger Dr. Fate. So is Batarang, I guess, but they do the same thing, really. They both can generate 2 power. Captain Atom can help in a situation where there's villains, so we're in a good place. We're in a better place, spending the power there, I think. Sonic Siren, don't really need that. Force Field hits the table and we draw a card. I need to remember to do Oa first. Draw a card. I really hate that it says at the beginning of your turn. It really drives me crazy. Then we draw a card. I don't understand. It's just such a strange choice to make in my mind. 1 and draw a card. It just makes it easy to forget, you know? Look at the top card. I may discard it. Yeah, we'll discard that. Then we will draw a card. We're at 2 power. All the kicks that we got here would have been perfect for this crisis. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? No, we'll discard. Another kick. Are you a hero? Yes. All right, so we are at 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to destroy one of these kicks. 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we did get enough to get Dr. Fate to use his ability. 12, 13. That's enough to say goodbye to Brainiac. We've got Force Field as a defense. I'm feeling good about where we are. I really am. I think I have to, shuffle the whole thing because it's time. Yeah. We've got things we can give to Crises as needed. We've got things that are really powerful. We're using Dr. Fate's ability. We've got just 3 punches. What is going on with all of this spam? Hoard that. I hope YouTube actually does something about these reports. I really do, because it's been insane the last couple days. And they're just like permanently burned into my video down there too. So great. So great. All right, so that's 3, 4, 5. We've got Flight in hand. We've got our Force Field there as well, so we'll just see what our best option is. Legion of Doom. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck in the lineup. We will do 4 as usual. 3 for the Crisis, 1 for the turn. And I really like that Daughter of Gotham is there. Daughter of Gotham is going to work great with Dr. Fate, because he's keeping punches in our hand anyway. Maybe I kind of want to get some of those punches back, actually, through what's the word I'm looking for? Signature Trenchcoat. So heroes lose all attacks and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a hero in hand. Destroy a hero in hand. Now, there are ones we don't want, so we can do something about that. Parallax. Each player reveals his hand and discards all cards of cost 3 or less. We'll just discard Flight to avoid the attack, and we're good. Start with Oa, drawing a card. And it's Flight. We got 3 copies of Flight, apparently. Alright, we can gain equipment from the lineup that costs 5 or less and put it into our hand. So that's Batarang going straight to our hand. Still don't have any heroes, do we? No. Alright, let's try this. Are you an equipment? No. Are you a hero? Yes. I think we might have to just destroy this to get rid of Legion Flight, Legion of Doom, and then move on. Alright, so we're at 0 power. 2, 4, goodbye to Parallax. Then we'll destroy Raven to end Legion of Doom. Now, I didn't want to get rid of Raven, but getting rid of Legion of Doom is a great option, obviously. And then we just have 1, 2, 3 power left over, which we'll use to get Daughter of Gotham City. New card comes out. Okay. Because of Oa, we draw a card. Magician's Corset, 1 and draw a card. We can get a card of cost 4 or less in the lineup and put it into our hand. We'll go with Animal Man. Sure. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? Yep. Let's try this. Are you a hero? No. We'll play this Animal Man, though, and say, are you an equipment? Yes. So now where are we? We're at 3 power. We'll go with 4, 5. And we'll use magic on that to get the 6, 7. Feeling good about this turn. We're going to use Power of the Red on these 3 cards. No, just on Punch. Alright, so we're still at 7. We can trigger Dr. Fate's ability. Get up to 3 punches into our hand. Great. 8, draw a card. Look at the top card, we may discard it. We will not. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Goodbye, Parallax. We still have 3 left over. We're not going to buy anything. Yeah, we're thinning the deck out now. It's not time to buy things. Looking good. Looking real good. How many is that? I feel like that's like the 5th villain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was villain number 6. Moving on to 7 out of 13. So we are at that halfway point. I like that. Alright, we have no defense in hand, but we do have Force Field in play. Atlanta's attacks. At the start of your turn, resolve all villain attacks in the lineup against you. If there are no attacks, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Each player must discard 3 non-starter cards, each with a different card type. Alright. Dark Side. You cost 3 more for each superpower in the lineup. We will defend to avoid that attack. So new card comes out. There's no villains in the lineup. We have to add a card to the lineup. Okay, we have to get rid of 3 cards of different types, right? Destroy or discard? Discard. Non-starters. Alright, so we need an equipment real bad. Let's see. Oh, we can use Oa to draw a card. Oh, we got the equipment. Alright, we'll discard 1, 2, 3 cards. Discarded. And that's the end of Atlanta's attacks. So, bye. That was easy. Alright, we'll try this. Are you an equipment? Yes. And then we'll go, are you a hero? No, and we will discard that. We'll go with, let's go Signature Trenchcoat. I'm thinking about getting some punches back, honestly. I'm not joking about that. I would like Power of the Green also. I like Raven. I like Etrigan the Demon. I like Force Field. I like Winged. I can't do Winged Warrior. It's too much. Oh, I can't do Etrigan the Demon. It's too much. These ones are all okay though. Okay, cool. I like Skeets. Animal Man's good. It's just I like Magic. I'll put Animal Man up there. Manhunters, I do like them. I do wish I could use Manhunters strongly with Dr. Fate, but I can't. I can use them with Dr. Fate, just not super strong. So I have all these options. I think I'm going to get Force Field, just to increase the amount of times we can defend. We've only got a few villains left, but, you know, it's gonna help us defend against that. And plus, it triggers Starbolt's ability a little bit more. So that's 2 power, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 power. We're at 12 power already. 13, 14, 15. Is my Orange Lantern ring over here? It is. So that's 16, 17 power. And that triggers Dr. Fate's ability to get our starters into our hand. All right, then we'll do. Did we do these yet? We didn't. We'll say, are you? Oh, we did though, didn't we? I think we did. Doesn't matter. We're at 17, 18, 19, 20. He costs 19 this turn because there are 3 heroes. Oh, there's only 2 superpowers. I'm sorry, it's superpowers. So he costs 16. So he's gone. And that means we have 4 power left over. And I don't want any of that. We're good. I do want Mind Control Hat, and I do want Shazam, but we don't need it right now. All right, feeling good. We have 2 copies of Force Field floating through our deck. So as long as we can get one out quickly, we shouldn't worry about any more villains. So we get that first one out, we're good. Second one will come next, and then we'll defend against things with it as it comes up. Do you want to destroy all the flights in our hand? The flights have to go. Too many. We already dealt with whatchamacallit, with Dimension Shift, so we don't need them anymore. Except for maybe, I think it's Death in the Family needs defense cards. After that one, we definitely don't need them, but for now we can still reduce them. Identity Crisis. Each player flips his superhero face down. Players cannot avoid the supervillain's first appearance attack. Each player must discard +6 power worth of cards from hand, then flip your superhero face up. New villain can't avoid this attack. Each player flips his superhero face down. When the villain is defeated, each player may discard a random card. If you do, flip your superhero face up. Okay. Okay. New card coming out for the turn. It's Killer Frost. There it is. You can see gain all power rings. Actually, no, let's start with Oa. Drawing a card. Then gain all power rings from the lineup. Then gain any card from the lab and put on top of your deck. So we're going to gain this card and put on top of our deck. Then we're going to use Gotham City. Are you an equipment? Which it is. And draw 2 cards. We can gain a card that costs 4 from the lineup and say goodbye to this. Now we can try to beat Identity Crisis. We need what? 6 power? Actually, come back. Bring that back. We're at 0 power. We play Bowstaff for 3 power. then Captain Atom, getting rid of that. So we're at 3 power. Let's use John Constantine, looking at these two. I guess we'll put this in our hand to leave this there. Play this to get it into our hand. So that's 3 power. How can I do this? I don't have the 6 power I need. I just don't. It's here, but they're all a conditional card. Like Starbolt doesn't get full 6 power from it. So I got 2, 3, 4 power here. You know, this is 2 power and an additional. So you know what? I think it does still get the 2 power. So I think we do. So 2, 4, 5, 6. It's not like Orange Lantern Corps, we have to make a choice first. So we have 6 power here, discarded, ending Identity Crisis. I'd stand by that. I'd stand by that argument. I forgot where we were power-wise, though. We're at 3. That's it, just at 3 power. 4, 5. I can see some uses for Crimson Whirlwind. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New card comes out. House of Mystery is a good option. Force Field comes out. We got 2 of them now. Drawing a card. I gotta play Oa first. All right, then Quiver of Arrows looks at this card. We'll leave it there and say, Gotham City, are you an equipment? Yes. Then we'll try this. Are you a hero? No. Then we'll do Animal Man, are you an equipment? Yes. So we're at 2 power, 3 power, draw a card. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I can get a card from the destroy pile. Well, 11's going to get rid of Captain Cold. We get our character back, and we get a card from the destroy pile. You can see lots of good in these cards. Let's start stacking up the Manhunters, I think. Because that's up to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for one card? Maybe not. Maybe the answer is, let's get Magic, because I do want to start getting rid of a lot of cards. I know I've been saying that for a bit now, but getting Magic in here is going to increase our rate. Our destruction rate. Alright, we have no defense in hand, but we do have 2 copies of Force Field, so we should be fine. Rise of the Rot. At the start of your turn, gain a weakness unless you reveal one from your hand. Each player must discard a weakness to beat this. But the good news is that we're going to gain a weakness, then we can use Dr. Fate's ability to get that right back into our hands, so we're not in too much danger here. Next up, Atrocitus. Each player puts his hand under his superhero. If you avoid this attack, put a random card from your hand under your superhero. When this villain is defeated, discard those cards. So a random card, I'm not even going to look at it. It's going to be this one. Sorry about that. All right, new card comes out. And then we have to gain a weakness for not having one with Rise of the Rot. Let's see what we do here. We'll start with Oa, gaining a card. Drawing a card, I should say. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? Yes. Are you a hero? No. And we will leave that there. Draw a card. How many cards are left? There are 3 cards here, so we're going to play this, and we'll discard what? 1, 2, 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards discarded. Drawing 3 cards. All right, so we're at 0 power. 1 power, we're going to use magic on that to get to 2 power. Then we're going to trigger, we haven't triggered Dr. Fate's ability yet. We'll go with this one. 3, 4, 5, and I know Orange Lantern Power Ring's in here. I just want to see it. There it is, so that's 6, 7. Hold on, let's not actually play that yet. I'm sorry. We're at 1, 2 power right now. We're at 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we can use Dr. Fate's ability to get this, this, and this in my hand. So that's 7 power. We can now discard this weakness to end Rise of the Rots. That's just over. With that 7 power, we're going to buy... No, we're not going to. I was thinking I'd buy Red Lantern Corps, get more power. Right, so I'm just going to double check. I'll be at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Actually, we might have enough. So we're at 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Yeah, let's do it. We're at 9 power. We'll buy this. Bring us down to 4 power. 5, 6, 7, and plus 2 for each of the rings. 8, 9. And then the Orange Lantern ring, which is right here. 10, 11. That's enough to say goodbye to Atrocitus. We will discard this card. Get our whole hand back here, and we're on to the next one. We are really flying now. It would be kind of nice. It would be a good time for us to get Final Countdown, because you got a 7-cost card out there. A bunch of 4s I don't want, but we can get the 2s and the 3s and the 5s from our hit deck here, or from the main deck even, and we'll be fine. So it'd be a good time right now to get hit by Final Countdown. Though I suppose there would be a villain in there that might really screw that up if that was the case. We have no defense in hand, but we do have Force Field. Our new crisis is Wave of Terror. At the start of your turn, discard all cards that show the lowest cost in your hand. Now, to beat this one, I think we have to discard 3 cards, and they all need different names or something. Discard 3 cards off the top of your deck. Remove this crisis if each of those cards has a cost of 1 or greater. Okay, so the punches might actually make things a little bit more difficult here. So, Wave of Terror comes out, and there's that. New card in our new villain. This attack cannot be avoided. Each player gains X weaknesses, where X is equal to the highest VP among cards in your hand. So 1 weakness into our hand. New card comes out. Wave of Terror makes us discard a card, so we'll discard Quiver of Arrows. And then we're going to just try and beat this right away, because there's no villain. So we have to discard 3 cards. They all need to be cost 1 or higher. 2, 3, oh, and we got a 0 there, so it did not go in our favor. It just did not. All right, so that's bad news. Let's try, we'll have to do Oa. So there's that. All right, let's try this. Are you an equipment? No. Are you a hero? Yes. 3, 4, 5. That triggers Dr. Fate's ability to put both of these into our hand. We'll play this, which triggers the Rot to draw a card. We'll use magic on that weakness to destroy it. So that's 5. Draw a card. 6, 7. We're going to destroy this kick. Use this to discard this kick. Draw a card. 8, 9, 10. That's exactly why I wanted to destroy it, because there's so many of them. With 10, we'll go ahead and get House of Mystery. And I guess we'll get John Constantine, right? New card comes out. Have to discard all cards that show the lowest cost in our hand, so that's all these 0s. Let's try and beat Wave of Terror again. So discard these 3 cards. One of them costs 0 again. So no luck there. Okay. We'll do Oa to get a 6 card into our hand. Are you an equipment? No. Anything I can do to draw that? I'll just leave it there for next turn. Alright, so we can get a card from the destroyed pile again. We'll get Skeets. And then we'll do Power Rainer here, getting us to 3. I don't know if there's any rings we've seen so far. I don't think there is. Yeah, so we're just at 3 power there, but that does trigger Dr. Fate to get some cards into his hand. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's a bunch of power. I don't want to buy anything, though. So we're good. I'm just kind of seeing if I can get any other effects out of this turn. That was the main goal there, is to either destroy things, move some things around. But I think that's all our punches. Should be able to easily beat Wave of Terror now. But there's a villain. Of course, there's a villain. First of all, Oa draws a card. 1 and draw another card. 2, 3, goodbye to Manhunter. And that's 2 equipments, and we get 3 0-cost cards into our hand. Isn't there a weakness? There's that weakness. We're going to play the weakness, which triggers the Rot to draw a card. Then we're going to use magic on said weakness. Now, there's no villain, so we're going to try and go for Wave of Terror again. 3 cards discarded, that none of them cost 0. That's the end of Wave of Terror. And power-wise, we're only at 3 power, I think. Yeah, 3 power. What can we do here? Okay, 3 power. We're going to go for John Constantine next, which means we have to shuffle our deck over here. I think we're going to get Luthor this turn. I think we're pretty close, if not definitely there. Okay, so John Constantine looks at these 2. We'll take Animal Man. We will destroy... You know, we'll leave Power of the Red there. All right, that's 3 power. Then we're going to use Red Lantern Power Ring. Look at these 2 cards. We'll take Force Field, or we'll leave Force Field and destroy this. So that's another 4, bringing us to 7 power. 8, 9, are you a superpower? Yep. Draw a card. All right, we're at 9 power. We haven't used any of these yet. Let's try this. Are you an equipment? No. Are you a hero? Yes. 10 and draw a card. We can put our entire deck in our discard pile. Okay. 11, put up to 2 punch cards from our discard piles into our hand. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Goodbye, Luthor, leaving us with 8. But I'm not going to spend it on anything, because all of that is fodder for other crises, like the upcoming, I'm sure it's coming, Final Countdown. It's very rare I miss that one. I mean, there's 2 crises removed from every game, right? I mean, it's not like you face all of them every game. Crisis 1 puts you against every villain every game, but not every crisis. And this one of them's Final Countdown. So odds are it's there, but there's always a chance, I suppose. Alright, no defense in hand, but still 2 force fields, so we're good. World Domination. At the start of your turn, resolve the current supervillain's first appearance attack against you. If it doesn't have one, discard a random card instead. Well, it definitely is going to have one. The Joker, which is different for Solo. Discard a random card. If its cost is 0, gain a weakness, and repeat this. Well, we'll defend the force field and try and beat this turn. So each player must destroy the top card of his deck. Remove this crisis if each of those cards has cost 1 or greater. New card comes out. Is there anything I can do? Let's start with Oa drawing a card, first of all. Then we're going to go with Gotham City. Are you an equipment? No. Perfect. Now we're going to destroy the top card of our deck to end World Domination. That was really quick and easy. Really quick and easy. Really quick and easy. Okay. Now we really want to try and get rid of the Joker this turn, if possible. All right, so we already did equipment. We did not do hero yet, but let's do... we'll try this. Are you hero? No. That's okay. 1 and draw a card. 2 and draw a card. 3, 4, 5. We're going to go just 6, 7 here. 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. Goodbye to the Joker. I do want Signature Trenchcoat. I mean, there's plenty of use for that. The issue is that if maybe we had a Dead Man come out already, it might be worth it. But if we see Collapsing Parallel World, it's going to be nice to have that on the other side of it. All right, so we got rid of a villain in Crisis in the same turn, which is, ideal. Also, kind of the point this late in the game. And good to see another flight go, but I would like to destroy some kicks. I don't know why they're just not going in the same hand as Magic or Soul Taker Sword. A Death in the Family. At the start of your turn, destroy a hero in the lineup. If there are none to destroy, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. Each player must destroy a defense card in his hand. Don't have one in my hand, so that's actually kind of unfortunate. Deathstroke comes in. We're going to defend with Force Field. Moving on. A new card comes out. We have to destroy a hero in the lineup. We're going to destroy Sonic Siren here. We have to do something to get an equipment into our defense card into our hand. So we will start. This one could get one. There's none out there though. We'll start with this. Are you an equipment? Yes, and there's a defense card. That's a good sign. Are you a hero? No, we'll leave that there. We'll draw a card. We'll play this, drawing 2 cards. We can put our deck into our discard pile. There's some good news there. We did do enough to trigger Dr. Fate's ability, so let's go and get up to 3 0-cost cards into our hand. How many are here? Do we have any weaknesses anymore? Nope, just the 3 punches, so that's the good news. So we're only at 2 power. I guess we'll just go ahead and destroy Skeets, right? We destroy Skeets, ending a Death in the Family. That crisis is over. Still only at 2 power, but we got lots in our hand here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, ends Deathstroke, leaves us with 4 power. I don't want to buy anything out there. Now, this is, odds are this is either Collapsing Parallel Worlds, or okay. So what are we missing? We haven't seen Electromagnetic Pulse, we haven't seen Collapsing Parallel Worlds, and we haven't seen Final Countdown. There's a 4th one we haven't seen. We destroyed heroes. We didn't. Is there a villain one in Crisis 1? I always forget. There might be. Regardless, we're getting there. We have no defense, but there's no attack, so that's fine. Feeling good about this deck. Very well. New Crisis is Final Countdown. That's a fun one to have at the very end. All right, at the start of your turn, put a card of cost 1 or greater from your hand into the lineup. Your team must destroy cards in the lineup of cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So there's 7. We got some 5s, some 4s. So we need a 6. So if we can, we need to get a 6. I'll leave a spot there for it. A 3 and a 2. So a card comes out for the turn. That's a 2. So you see a 6 and a 3 now. Boom. Whenever a hero enters the lineup, each player gains a weakness. He costs 1 more to defeat for each card in the lineup, and we add 2 cards each turn. So 2 cards. So 1 7 and 1 4, which we gain a weakness for. That's okay. We can deal with that. That's fine. We have to add a card. We will add Raven. That's going to add another one to our hand. Ooh, that's not great. I guess we'll add Soul Taker Sword. I do want that back. All right, we'll start with Oa, drawing a card. Force Field will go down, drawing a card. Orange Lantern Power Ring. You may gain an equipment of cost 5 or less in the lineup and put it into your hand. Boom. Very well. Mind Control Hat draws 2 cards. All right, draw another card. 1 and draw another card. This can hit the table. Can't use it this turn, but going forward we can. We'll try this. Are you an equipment? Yes. Are you a hero? Yes. Okay. Okay. There's some real good options there. We'll use Captain Atom to put this into our discard pile. We'll use our ability from Dr. Fate to put weakness into our hand. We'll play it, triggering the rot to draw another card. And then we'll use magic on said weakness, destroying it. So we're at what? 7, 4, there's a 4. So 7, 6, 5. We need a 3 out there and a 5. So we're at power-wise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 power is a lot of power. We're going to get Soul Taker's Sword back. 4, bring us down to 10, and then Shazam, bringing us down to 3. We're not going to buy anything else. New card comes out. The second card comes out. They're both... Oh, only one was a villain. Force Field's on the table. Wait, first off, Oa draws a card. Force Field comes out, drawing another card. Oh, we didn't add a card to the lineup. Shoot. Go back. Yeah, we'll just add. I mean, we wanted to add a kick anyway, so it doesn't change anything. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. We have 6 out there. Let's go with John Constantine real quick. Got these two. We'll take Punch into our hand. We'll destroy this flight. Gotham City, are you an equipment? Yep. New Genesis, are you a hero? No, and we'll leave that there. Bowstaff, though, is going to get 3 power with Talon there. Buy it, though, bringing us down to 2 power. We can gain a card from live and put it on top of our deck. But I think we're good. I guess we can put Animal Man on top of our deck. There's good reason for him. So 2 power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we've triggered Dr. Fate's ability to get this in our hand. 8, 9. I mean, there's nothing we want to buy. It's all about now trying to get rid of the final countdown. 2 cards come out per turn, though, so that's 1 and 2. No heroes. That's the good sign. To add a card ourselves. We're missing a 6. None of these cost 6. I guess we'll add Quiver of Arrows because I don't really need it. Very well. I'll start with Oa drawing a card. Then we'll do John Constantine real quick. Looking at these two, we'll put Kyle Rayner into our hand and leave this here. And we'll use Animal Man, saying it's a superpower, which it is. So that's 2 power. Oh, and John Constantine would have drawn a card. Whatever. I always miss that. Let's use Red Lantern Power Ring. Looking at these 2 cards. Ooh, we'll destroy Signature Trenchcoat because we can get him back. That's 4, 5, 6 power. Goodbye to this. Bring us down to 2 power. 3, 4. Count these. 5, 6, 7. I mean, we're getting a bunch of power here. We'll buy Bowstaff, bringing us down to 4. I guess 5, 6. We know it's an equipment. 7, and we can draw a card. Actually, before we do that, we're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the orange one's in there, so that's 12, 13. Then it's 14 and draw a card. Now I'm back on track. Now we're back on track. $15, 16. Do I want to use magic on any of these? I think we're good. I kind of want to keep all of these. So we won't use magic this turn. But 16, I mean, it's a ton of power. We just don't need it, right? We need to get rid of Final Crisis. Our final countdown. Final Crisis. All right, there's a 4 and a 2. To add a card from ourselves, we're going to add Crimson Whirlwind because it costs 5. There's no 6s out there. No, we're not adding that. We want to add a 6. We want to add Captain Adam because he had 6. Now, the bad news is he's a hero, so we have to add a weakness to our deck. But 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Actually, instead of that one, we'll destroy this one. 4 and 3, and for 2s, we'll destroy Batarang. All right, that's the end of Final Countdown. We are on to just Crisis Anti-Monitor, and he costs 13 and +1 for each card in the lineup. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We should be okay. We should be okay, yeah. We'll start with Oa drawing a card. Then Orange Lantern Power Ring. You gain an equipment of cost 5 or less from the lineup and put it into your hand. If you choose not to, +2 power. We're going to take Skeets into our hand here. We're going to use this to put a hero on top of our deck. Probably Kyle Rayner. Then, we're going to use New Genesis. Are you a hero? Yes. Oh, first of all, sorry, before we even, let's go back. This was here, this was in our hand. This would have caused us to draw a card because it triggers House of Mystery. Then we would have done everything we did anyway, which was play Skeets to put this on top of our deck and then New Genesis to get into our hand. And then we draw 2 cards. Perfect. That's enough equipment. That's good. John Constantine's up. Look at these 2. We will draw this, and I think we'll just destroy this punch. Yeah, we can destroy the punch. Anything else I can do there? No, we don't have to destroy the punch. We can leave it there. What am I doing? Yeah, just leave it there. Because then we can go Crimson Whirlwind, putting our entire deck over here. We're only at 2 power right now. You got this for 3, 4, 5, but other rings here get us to 6, 7. We have the blue one, 8, 9 of the red one, all right, and 10, 11 with the orange one. We can also trigger Dr. Fate to get punch, punch, weakness into our hand. 12, 13, destroying said weakness. 14, getting punches into my hand. There they are. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 with those last final punches, and that's the end of Crisis Anti-Monitor, and that's the end of this game. I really liked it. Dr. Fate was a lot of fun with this setup. I enjoyed keeping those punches into my hand and doing what I can to use them as much as possible. I enjoy using his ability to destroy weaknesses quickly. None of them stuck with us too long, right? We just got through them really, really fast, and that's what I wanted to see. We generated a lot of power often. We generated more power than we need very often. So that was also really, really, really good. This is a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing. I hope you enjoyed watching. So this is again for the Solo Crisis League. We're in Season 10 now. There's been 9 previous seasons. Hey, thank you. Thank you for watching. So yeah, thank you for the good game. I really do appreciate that. So that is, yeah, for Season 10, Round 1. This is my 3rd and final entry. If you're interested in the league, check out the link below. But basically, it's a semi-competitive way of playing the DC deck building game. We rank you based on how many cards are left in the main deck, how many weaknesses are in your deck, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Check out the link below. If you enjoy the league or you enjoy the videos, whatever it is that brought you here today, you want to consider supporting those efforts, you can do that a few different ways. You can check out the Etsy store in the link below where you get things like the official league mat, or we have stickers and pins and all sorts of fun stuff here and ready to ship today. You can also check out the stickers and the pins in the Patreon. But in the Patreon, you get things like mid-round results, sneak peeks of upcoming rounds, members-only rounds between seasons, and thank yous in the video. Today's thank yous go to Veb and Astrodar. Veb and Astrodar are both members of the Solo Champions League. There, we use Marvel Champions instead of the DC deck building game, but it's the same deal. You get it. It's a lot of fun as well. Thank you for joining, guys, and thank you for playing. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I also really appreciate that, and I hope you have a good time. That's all I've got for today. Good luck to you in all your games, and I will be back soon for round 2, and I think that starts in 2 weeks, so we'll see you then. Thank you. Have a good day.